I do think I should get one of those action things. Even if you're listening to it, action. Maybe we could get Frank to bark. Anyway, grab yourself a brew, sit yourself down, or if you're driving, don't laugh too hard that you swerve off the road is all I'm going to say. Because I'm that funny. I'm not. Let's not start with that, Beth. Come on, I might cut that out. Right. Episode 1 of Weekly Waffle with Beth. If you're listening, I appreciate it. Just for listening. That's a start, to be fair. I appreciate that. Just even turning on the play button. Today's episode, we are going to discuss me. If that sounds very big-headed, but if you're going to listen to this, you probably want to know a little bit more about me. Now, if you've been following me on TikTok or Instagram or whatever channel it may be, I talk about myself a lot anyway, so you probably know all these things. But have a listen in, see what you think. Do you know me, do you not? So I am Beth. My name is Beth. I am 29 years old. Yes, 29. There was a period of time where we did some TikToks about what age I was, and it was either she's 12 or she's 40. So I don't really know what that says about me. But I'm 29. I am 30 later this year, which is very exciting. I'm quite excited to be 30. I'm not really scared of it. No, I'm not. People say 30s are the best years of your life, and I'm going to have a little baby girl for that, and that's been a dream forever, so surely it's going to be a good one. So yeah, I'm going to be 30 in October. I am married to the wonderful Jake. We got married literally last year, 26th of June, so we've just had a 1 year anniversary. He is the calm to my storm. If you follow me, know I am manic. I am chaos. I am an absolute whirlwind of a person. My head's manic, I'm manic, and we're pretty sure I've got ADHD, but we don't want to diagnose it. Who wants to diagnose that? Put a label on it. Maybe I should, but that can be another topic. Should I get diagnosed? But yeah, I am crazy, and he's the most laid-back person going. It's ridiculous. I could do a whole episode on how laid-back my husband is and how it just amazes me how laid-back he is. And we have 2 beautiful miniature Dachshunds, which is probably the reason you're here. If it's not for me, then it's probably for them. Pablo and Frank. They're actually Pablo and Frankie, but we don't call Frankie Frankie at all. He's Frank. And they are a lot. They are little characters. Pablo is 5, and he is a stubborn little boy. He's a little old man, a very stubborn little old man. And I had him, before I met Jake, he was my first dog. I adore him. He's the apple of my eye, but he's the most stubborn little thing I've ever met in my life. And then Frank, well, the star of the show. Frank is 3. He's tiny. He has massive issues about people and noises and dogs and being in the outside world. He's very reactive, but he's incredibly cute. The people he loves, which is just about me, his dad, and his nanny and granddad, are the people he loves, and that is it. He's sat on my knee. If you're watching this, I'm talking about you, yeah? He's very reactive, but he's the most loving little character, and he's just... Oh! That might happen a lot. Right, Frank! I've got that bit out. Right. That might happen a bit. Me talking, then barking. Anyway, that's what Frank likes to do. Bark at people. So yes, we are Beth, Jake, Pabs and Frank, and I am 36 weeks pregnant. That is correct. I am 36 weeks pregnant we're having a baby girl. It's our first baby, and we are so excited. I am so excited. I have wanted to be a mummy since, I don't even know, since I can remember. It's been my dream. I had baby Annabelle I was obsessed with, and any babies anywhere, I want to cuddle them and squeeze them. And so to have my own baby girl is a massively exciting thing, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. So a lot of these episodes will be about that, but they will also be about other things. It will not just be a mum podcast. I don't want to make it just that. I want to make it more about life in general, but my content naturally is going to lean that way due to me having a baby. Can't really avoid it. So I am from Barnsley, if you can't tell by my accent. I was actually born in Wakefield. I went to Wakefield High School. I went to a school called Kettlethorpe. Shout out to the K crew. And then I moved to Barnsley when I was about 12, I think. So I've lived here majority of my life. So I'm a South Yorkshire gal. My accent is quite strong. So if that annoys you, then you're probably really not going to stick around because it is evident that I am a Yorkshire gal. And what do I do for work? Well, when I have to explain this, it's not always the easiest thing to explain because I do various things. So, predominantly, I have always worked in the digital marketing agency world. So, that's social media, that's marketing, websites. And when I left uni, I went and did that straight out of uni, went into an agency in Manchester, worked there for a couple of years. Shout out to the Zolas if anybody's listening. What a set of legends. And then I moved to an agency close to home in Barnsley, and I worked there for a few years. And then I launched an agency with three lovely, lovely ladies called Chapter 3 Digital, which when I started my TikTok was what I was doing. And absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved launching a business, being a business owner. It was so much fun. The girls were amazing. But circumstances changed and my online profile grew quite a bit. So I decided to walk away from the business and there's a little bit of a middle ground where things went a bit ropey. We could possibly do an episode on that. I started working for a gentleman that wasn't all it was cracked up to be. That's what we'll say about that. We could possibly get into that one day, but for now, we'll just slide over that chapter. And then after that happened, which was just before I got married, I basically was jobless about 2 weeks before I got married and was like, what am I going to do? My growth on social media was quite big at this point, but it wasn't making me enough money that I could give it all up. So I launched BPF & Co., which is basically a mini digital agency, but there's sort of two arms to it. So I've got the arm of BPF & Co Studio, which probably isn't as overly advertised, which is where I run social media accounts. So I run socials for various types of clients. I've got wedding photographer, I've got a Pilates client, I've got various different clients that I run their social media for them. I've built websites for them. I come on content days with them. Yeah, basically the bread and butter of what I've always done. I'm managing to keep doing that. And then I launched a second arm, which is BPF & Co Weddings, which is wedding content creation, which if you're in the wedding industry, has become a huge, huge thing. It's so much fun. I absolutely love it. Going to do content creation, which I do day in, day out, but then get to do it on someone's special day is just a beautiful thing to do. And over the last 12 months, that's massively grown and doing really well. It's probably not as big as I would like it to be. I would definitely like to do more weddings, but growth takes time. And then I got pregnant. And I got pregnant to have a baby in the middle of the wedding season. So that's my own fault, really, isn't it? So today is July the 1st, and baby girl is due this month, and I am taking the next 2 months off for weddings. I'm having a break whilst she gets here and we get stuff settled, but I'm back into weddings in September. I'm not really taking a huge break. It's the nature of working for yourself, and I didn't want to cancel all my weddings. I cancelled a couple of months worth of them, and that was heartbreaking to do because I felt so bad because some of you are followers as well that I had to cancel, which was really, really tough to do. But yes, as of September, I'm back to weddings, and I would love to be doing as many as I can, especially through the summer period into next year. I've got a few bookings for 27 and 28. 27 actually filling up quite nicely, but if you are a bride-to-be, if you didn't know I did that, then that's great. So that's sort of what I do for work, aside from obviously this. So Beth, Pabs and Frank is its own little, it's my own, it's me. It is how I make money. So the way I make money through Beth, Pabs and Frank is basically brand collaborations, which you may see. I work with some amazing companies that I do brand videos for, like ads for. Some people agree with it, some people don't. It's the nature of the beast. If you want to work in this industry, that's what you have to do. I know not everybody likes to see an ad. I would never do an ad with something I didn't believe in or didn't use or didn't share. So, and I think most creators are like that. But if you're not, then that's fine. I have to make a living, so it's one of those things that we have to do. And it is what it is, you know what I mean? So yeah, the brands that I share, please understand that I back them all the way, and I wouldn't be sharing them if it wasn't for something that I loved and supported. And it's just a bonus that I may get paid for it, but this is how I make a living, and how I'm able to have a roof on my head and eat food. So that is that really. What else about me? So I'm obviously 29. I am quite the tomboy. I've been well known for that. I used to do outfit of the day videos, stopped doing them because I got absolutely ripped to shreds. Yeah, absolutely ripped to shreds. I'm not the girliest of girls, and some people just didn't like that. But it is what it is. I've always been like it. I played football as a kid. So to be fair, having a little girl has also been a little bit of a like when I've been shopping for her and stuff, like there's a lot of things that I love, a lot of things I'm like, oh, I don't know if I put that in, but you can guarantee she's going to be a right little princess. She's going to want to go and do ballet and all sorts, and I am here for it. I am a big support of that. It's just not the way I turned out, but that's all good. I have shared in videos that I have a faith. I go to church. I'm quite involved in church. I have a faith. It's not something I shove down people's necks. It's just something about me, really. I don't really like calling it a religion, because I think religion can be twisted into something else. But I've got a faith, and if anybody ever wants to discuss that, we can always discuss it. But that's who I am, and it makes me who I am. So yeah, that is a huge part of my life. What else? I don't really think there is anything else about me. I mean, there probably is, but I don't know what it is. I'm a big murder crime documentary fan. Big time. Love murder crime documentaries. I love any documentary, to be fair. Any crime series, whether that's documentary style, non-documentary style. Big fan of that. Always up for discussion on that. I could do a whole podcast on crime documentaries. But there's that many out there. I thought best not, But if we want to discuss it, let's discuss it, people, because wow. We also know I love an M&S snack. That is true. That is not a lie. Love an M&S snack. Gone viral many a times for sitting in my car and eating chocolate coated custard creams and hazelnut graham. It's valid. I do love a snack. I love food, if I'm honest. Food is a huge part of my life. So that is, yeah, if you like food, then you're in the right place. And I just love being me. I'm very raw. I'm very honest. Probably a little honest for my own good sometimes. Gets me into trouble at times. I'm not everyone's bread and butter. I will admit that. I think I'm a little bit like Marmite. You either love or you hate me. Because I think I say it as it is. I wear my heart on my sleeve and I like a good laugh. But I'm very chill. Haven't always been chill. We will do some episodes on my antidepressants and stuff and how we got to this point, and go into things that I used to be like before I got onto them and how that's changed my life. But yeah, I'm raw, I'm real, and that's what I want this podcast to be. So if you've enjoyed getting to know who I am, that's great. Stick around, because if you think I'm your sort of gal, then you'll like these weekly chats. If not, it's not a problem. I'm not offended. I'll only cry myself to sleep tonight, but we'll be all right. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. This has been episode 1 of Weekly Waffle with Beth, and we will be back next week for episode 2. I'm going to put a little poll on the stories of Weekly Waffle with Beth of some episode options. I probably do this every week, so you can sort of decide what you want to hear next, and we will go from there. But thank you so much for listening. I love you all loads. You are all legends, and see you in the next one.